Who are you?
I'm no one.
Number 1 of the new Star Wars movies are screened not long ago. The Force Awakens is the first film in the Star Wars sequel trilogy announced after Disney's acquisition of Lucasfilm in October 2012. The film is produced by Abrams, his longtime collaborator Brian. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is a 2015 American epic space opera film directed, co-produced, and co-written by J.J. Abrams. Produced by Lucasfilm and Abrams' Bad Robot Productions and distributed world. It has broken many box office records, including the highest-grossing worldwide opening of all time and the fastest movie to reach $1 billion. As of December 27, 2015, it has generated a global box office gross of near $1.086 billion, becoming the 5th highest-grossing film of 2015 and the 15th highest of all time in just 12 days. Films with the participation of actors Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, John Boyega, Simon Pegg. Episode 8 is scheduled for release on May 26, 2017, followed by the remaining film in the trilogy, Episode 9, in 2019. Jurassic World is a 2015 American science fiction adventure film and the 4th installment of the Jurassic Park series. The production companies were Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment, also responsible for the rest of the franchise, and Thomas Tull's Legendary Pictures. Set 22 years after the events of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World takes place on the same fictional island of Isla Blair, off the Pacific coast of Central America, where a fully functioning dinosaur theme park has operated for 10 years. The park plunges into chaos when the genetically modified dinosaur, Indominus Rex, breaks loose and goes on a rampage across the island. Jurassic World was released starting from June 10, 2015 in over 60 countries. The film received positive reviews from film critics, who praised it for its visuals, action scenes and musical score, but drew some criticism for its tone and writing. After a record-breaking opening weekend that had the film grossing more than $500 million worldwide, the film grossed $1 billion in ticket sales after just 13 days. Standing as the 3rd highest-grossing film of all time without inflation adjustment, as well as the highest-grossing film of 2015 and in the franchise. A sequel is scheduled for release on June 22, 2018. Furious 7 is a 2015 American action film directed by James Wan and written by Chris Morgan. It is the 7th installment in the Fast and the Furious franchise. The film stars Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Dwayne Johnson, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Chris Bridges, Jordana Brewster, Kurt Russell, and Jason Statham. Furious 7 follows Dominic Toretto, Brian O'Connor and the rest of their team, who have returned to the United States to live normal lives after securing amnesty for their past crimes in Fast and Furious 6, until Deckard Shaw, a rogue Special Forces assassin seeking to avenge his comatose younger brother, puts them in danger once again. The film grossed $397.6 million worldwide in its first 5 days of release, which is the 3rd highest-grossing opening of all time. Avatar is a 2009 American epic science fiction film directed, written, produced, and co-edited by James Cameron, and starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Stephen Lang, Michelle Rodriguez, and Sigourney Weaver. The film is set in the mid-22nd century, when humans are colonizing Pandora, a lush habitable moon of a gas giant in the Alpha Centauri star system, in order to mine the mineral unobtainium, a room-temperature superconductor. The expansion of the mining colony threatens the continued existence of a local tribe of Na'vi, a humanoid species indigenous to Pandora. The film's title refers to a genetically engineered Na'vi body with the mind of a remotely located human that is used to interact with the natives of Pandora. On December 10, 2009, Avatar was premiered in London. During its theatrical run, the film broke several box office records and became the highest-grossing film of all time, as well as in the United States and Canada, surpassing Titanic, which had held those records for 12 years. It also became the first film to gross more than $2 billion, and Avatar grossed $1 billion after Furious 7, 2 days. Iron Man 3 is a 2013 American superhero film featuring the Marvel Comics character Iron Man, Produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. Film is the third part of the series about the character Tony Stark/Iron Man is based on the comic of the same name, and Marvel Comics is the first major release since the blockbuster The Avenger. Screenplay by director Shane Black and Drew Pearce. Cooperation should write a story based on a section of Warren Ellis' Extremis. Iron Man 3 was premiered at the Cinema La Grande Rex, Paris on the 14th of April 2013. In the days of the last week in April, it was released worldwide, about a week earlier than the US. Quick Movie Theaters dominates worldwide with a total revenue of $1,215,439,994. Second highest in 2013 and ninth of world cinema to date present. Stood ninth in the list grossing film the biggest opening week of all time and is the 16th film shortlisted films grossed over $1 billion in 23 days. Iron Man 3 honored to receive an Academy Award nomination for the Best Visual Effects. Avengers: Age of Ultron is a 2015 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics superhero team The Avengers. Produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. It is the sequel to 2012's The Avengers and the 11th installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. The film was written and directed by Joss Whedon and features an ensemble cast that includes Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Don Cheadle, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, Kobe Smulders, Anthony Mackie, Haley Atwell, Idris Elba, Stellan Skarsgård, James Spader, and Samuel L. Jackson. In Avengers: Age of Ultron, the Avengers fight Ultron, an artificial intelligence obsessed with causing human extinction. Avengers: Age of Ultron premiered in Los Angeles on April 13, 2015, and was released on May 1, 2015 in North America, in 3D and IMAX 3D. The film has received positive reviews and has earned more than $1 billion in global ticket after 24 days as it became the highest-grossing film, third 2015 and sixth all-time high. Transformers: Age of Extinction is a 2014 3D science fiction action film based on the Transformers franchise. It is the fourth installment of the live-action Transformers film series. It is a sequel to 2011's Dark of the Moon, taking place 5 years after the Battle of Chicago. Like its predecessors, it was directed by Michael Bay and written by Aaron Kruger, with Steven Spielberg and Bay as executive producers. It stars Mark Wahlberg in the lead role, with Peter Cullen reprising his role as the voice of Optimus Prime. It is the first film in the series to not feature the original human characters from the first 3 films, but features a whole new cast of human characters and 22 new Transformers. The film grossed over $1.104 billion worldwide, making it the highest-grossing film of 2014, the second highest-grossing film in the Transformers series, the 19th film to gross over $1 billion in over 1 month, and the 15th highest-grossing film of all time. Minions is a 2015 American 3D computer-animated family comedy film, serving as a spin-off to the Despicable Me franchise. Produced by Illumination Entertainment for Universal Picture. It was directed by Pierre Coffin and Kyle Balda, written by Brian Lynch, and produced by Chris Meldandri and Janet Healy. The film stars Coffin, Sandra Bullock, John Hamm, Michael Keaton, Allison Janney, and Steve Coogan, and is narrated by Jeffrey Rush. It was first foreshadowed in the end credits of Despicable Me 2, where Kevin, Stuart, and Bob, 3 of the Minions, are seen auditioning for the film. Minions had its premiere on June 11, 2015, in Leicester Square, London, and went into general release in the United States on July 10, 2015. The film has grossed over $1.1 billion after 2 months, worldwide, making it the 11th highest-grossing film of all time, the second highest-grossing animated film, and the highest-grossing non-Disney animated film. Frozen is a 2013 American 3D computer-animated musical fantasy film produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures. It is the 53rd animated feature in the Walt Disney Animated Classics series, inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale The Snow Queen. The film tells the story of a fearless princess who sets off on an epic journey alongside a rugged Iceman, his loyal pet reindeer, and a naive snowman to find her estranged sister. whose icy powers have inadvertently trapped the kingdom in eternal winter. Frozen premiered at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, California, on November 19, 2013, and went into general theatrical release on November 27. It was met with strongly positive reviews from critics and audiences, with some film critics considering Frozen to be the best Disney animated feature film since the studio's Renaissance era. Frozen lost 101 days to reach a turnover of $1 billion used. It ranks as the highest-grossing animated film of all time, the third highest-grossing original film of all time, the eighth highest-grossing film of all time, the highest-grossing film of 2013, and the third highest-grossing film in Japan. With over 18 million home media sales in 2014, it became the best-selling film of the year in the United States. By January 2015, Frozen had become the all-time best-selling Blu-ray disc in the United States. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is a 2011 fantasy film directed by David Yates and distributed by Warner Brothers. It is the second of two cinematic parts based on the novel Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. The film, which is the eighth and final installment in the Harry Potter film series, was written by Steve Kloves and produced by David Heyman, David Barron, and Rowling. The story continues to follow Harry Potter's quest to find and destroy Lord Voldemort's Horcruxes in order to stop him once and for all. The film stars Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, alongside Rupert Grint and Emma Watson as Harry's best friends, Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger. The film became a financial success and was one of the best-reviewed films of 2011. At the box office, Part 2 claimed the worldwide opening weekend record, earning $483.2 million, as well as setting opening day and opening weekend records in various countries. As of 2015, the film is the seventh highest-grossing film of all time. It became the highest-grossing film of 2011, the highest-grossing film in the Harry Potter series, and the ninth film to gross over $1 billion,